In lesson 11, you're going to learn yet another legal move where you can add zero pairs in to help you solve an equation. Let me show you how it works. We have the equation 2x equals star plus 6. So the first thing I want to do is build my equation. So I have two x's, and on the right side I have a star and a 6. Now, in your previous lessons, you learned after building to scan for any zero pairs. And I don't have any zero pairs that are on the same side of the balance. So the next thing I would do would look for any legal moves. Well, I have no pawns I can remove from each side. I have a white pawn here, but I don't have a white pawn on this side. And I have a blue pawn here, but I don't have any blue pawns on this side. I have a cube here, but I don't have any cubes here. So I'm kind of stuck. I have no legal moves that I know. But today you're going to learn a new legal move. You know that a blue pawn and a white pawn, when paired together, are worth 0. So if I were to add a zero pair onto either side of the balance, I would be adding 0. It wouldn't change the balance at all. But if I were to add a zero pair on this left side, I haven't changed the balance at all, but now I've created a situation where I've got white pawns on both sides so that I could remove this pawn. So I'm going to remove a star from this side, and I'm going to subtract a star from that side. Now I can easily see that my 3 blue pawns are worth 6. So each blue pawn has to be worth 2. And if my blue pawn is worth 2, my star is worth -2. Now I need to rebuild my original equation so that I can check my work. So I have 2 plus 2 equals -2 plus 6. Well, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and -2 plus 6 is also equal to 4. So I know I have found the right solution. Let's try a second one. I have 3 blue pawns, 3 x's on the left side, and I have 2 stars and a 15. Now we don't have a 15 cube, so you can use any 2 combinations or any combination of cubes to equal 15. I'm just going to use a 10 and a 5, but I could have used an 8 and a 7. I could have used a 9 and a 6. I could have used a 7, and a 1. Any combination of cubes that equal 15. All right, so I scan my balance. I don't have any zero pairs on each side. And so now I look for any legal moves. Well, if I wanted to remove these blue pawns, I'd need blue pawns on this side. And if I wanted to remove these white pawns, I would need white pawns on this side. And if I'd want to get rid of these cubes, I'd need cubes on this side. So right now I don't have any legal moves. And just like in algebra, you want to get the variables or your pawns on one side and your constants or your cubes on the other side. So I want to get rid of these 2 white pawns. So I'm going to add a 0 pair onto that left side. And now I have one white pawn that I could help to remove, but I'm going to add a second 0 pair. I could add as many 0 pairs onto this side as I wanted, and it wouldn't change the balance because they're worth 0. I added 2 because I needed 2 white pawns on this side to get rid of these 2 white pawns on that side. Now that I've done that, I can perform my legal moves by subtracting 2 stars from each side. So now I have 5 blue pawns are equal to 15. So some number added to itself 5 times is worth 15. I know that that is worth 3 because 3 times 5 is 15. If my x is worth 3, my star is worth -3.